everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Shloka of the Silk Sneaker here, and I'm back with a new video for you guys. And today it is all about my luxury handbag collection. So I thought, what better way to do that than with a YouTube series where I share with you all my favorite purchases over the years. And I'm gonna start this series off with a handbag that I've had a lot of questions about, which is the classic Chanel flap bag. Not only am I going to be showing these gorgeous pieces to you, but I'm also going to be answering all the questions that you might have about these bags. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I love a good Q&A, and over the past couple of weeks, you guys have been sending a lot of questions in about this particular bag, so I've collated a few of my favorite ones that I think really highlight everything you need to know about this piece, and I'm going to be answering them for you over this YouTube video. So before I start answering any of your questions about this bag, I just wanted to give you guys a basic understanding about the classic flap bag from Chanel. It's one of the brand's most iconic pieces, and it's a bag that they make every season without fail. It comes in a range of colors and sizes, but the one that you will find every season, no matter what they're doing, is a black one and a beige one. It also comes in different finishes, and I'm going to be touching on the different sizes and finishes as we go through this video, because you guys had a lot of questions about that. So the hardware is either gold or silver, which you can see on the chain, and it always has the classic CC flap to open the bag. The chain is also a woven chain, so it has the leather woven in with the hardware. So if you're looking for a bag to invest in, I would say that Chanel is the way to go. This is because the bags are worth a lot and they only gain value year on year because all their shapes are eternally classic. They rarely change the shapes of their bags, so they're always in style, and Chanel is one of the most searched brands across the world. So that means that these bags have a very high resale value if you ever chose to part way with yours. So my first few questions that came in were about what are the different types of finishes for the leather for these bags, and how did I choose between them for my purchase. So there are two different finishes that it comes in. One is caviar or lambskin. Lambskin is incredibly soft, whereas caviar is a grainy leather, which is the one that I have here. So caviar is considered to be a much more durable finish for the bag, and if you're looking for a more everyday bag, then this is the finish to go for. It's easier to clean and it's much easier to maintain, and it doesn't wear as easily over time, so you're much more likely to have a bag that looks as good as new over time. For example, mine is almost 6 years old. Lambskin, which is a favorite for a lot of women, especially because when Chanel do the seasonal colors every year in this shape, they usually release them in lambskin. It's a much softer fabric, which means that it is a fabric that you do have to take extra special care of. It is not a bag that I would recommend for every day if you do go for lambskin, especially because if you buy a lambskin bag and it is in a light color and you wear a lot of black or denim like me, it's very likely that the color from your jeans or your outfit will transfer onto your bag, and it is very, very difficult to get that off. So you have to take extra special care of your lambskin bag. So my next question was, what is the bag like on the inside? Okay, that's a really, really good question. So the bag on the inside was created to actually look like two different bags, like a bag in a bag. So if you open it, you can see that there's another flap here, which is highlighting the bag in the bag. And when you open this flap, you can see the logo here, and then the CC is also threaded in. So in here is the main section of the bag, which has two pockets. Then there's also a front pocket right here, and also there's, I don't know if many people store things here, but in here at the very back I also store things. There's a zip over here underneath the first flap where you can put stuff in, and if you close the bag and you turn it over, there's also a back pocket. So there's a lot of storage in these bags and lots of different places for you to put things in. So my next question has been, what has been the wear and tear on the bag over all these years? So I've actually had this particular Chanel bag for 6 years. It has been a long time, and I have to say that this bag is still looking as good, almost as good as the day that I got it. Because I went for the more durable leather and I take a lot of care of my pieces, my bag has worn actually really beautifully over the years. I really like the way the leather looks now. All the metal is still in very good condition. The only thing I'd say that's happened is that there's a small little threading stitch coming out on one end, but that's really easy to fix. Other than that, including on the inside, I'd say that the bag wears really well over the years as long as you take good care of it. So something to keep in mind about these bags is that there are different batches of bags. They make them in batches, so each batch is going to be a little different than the next one. So of course, when you do decide to buy the bag, you really want to go in store and take a look at the bag to make sure you're happy with the way that it looks and you're happy with the way the leather looks. If there's something particularly wrong though with the batch, a really good tip that I got from another YouTube channel called Chase Amy, she mentioned this website called Purse Forum, where there's a lot of amazing ladies on there who are all experts on Chanel, and they usually will write something up if a particular batch is not good and you should stay away from that. So be sure to check that out as well if you decide to make this purchase. So my next question was this your first Chanel bag purchase and how did you choose? So I get a lot of questions like this, and another question that I also got was how did you choose between this one and the Chanel Boy? So I'm going to try and answer all of that in this one answer. So I picked this one because it's the most iconic Chanel bag of all time, and I really wanted it to be my first purchase. For me, it was a no-brainer because this is one of those bags that they will never stop making. It really is an icon for the brand, and if you are as much of a handbag fanatic as I am, you know that it is worth having. So for me, I wanted this to be my first one, and that was really what drove my decision. I also like how much storage space it has and how easy it is to style with so many different things. It's such a durable bag, so for my first designer purchase, it just felt like the best one because I could wear it every day as well. I do actually have a Chanel Boy, which I will probably do I will probably answer more questions about it later on in this series. But the reason that I chose this one over the Boy is also because of the storage space of this one, and I just find it easier to grab and go on an everyday basis than my Boy. So my next question was, is it intimidating to go into the store? So I can totally understand why this would be an intimidating experience for anyone. I've had experiences that haven't been the best at Chanel stores around the world, but I've also had the most amazing experiences where people have helped me so much and they've been so lovely. And at the end of the day, you just have to remember that you're going in there for you. It is 100% worth going into the store to see the bag that you want to buy. Remember the happiness you're gonna feel after, and honestly, don't be intimidated. At the end of the day, they are there to help you. And if you are really seriously interested in buying something, or even if you are just browsing for a future purchase, and you ask them questions, they're not gonna be mean to you. They really are gonna try and help you the best they can. So don't be intimidated, don't worry, it really is worth going into the store. So my next question is, what is the best size to get? Okay, so there are a couple of different sizes. There's the maxi, which is a super big one, the largest one actually. I don't own that one because if you're especially petite like me, it's quite hard to style. It is a very big bag. The next size down is called the jumbo, which is the one right here that I've been showing you guys. This is probably one of the more popular sizes. It's the one that everyone tends to go for because it's a really good size to fit in everything that you might need, and it's very easy to style regardless of how petite you are like me. One size below this is the medium size, which I don't have to show you right now. I always steal my mom's when I'm in India and I carry that around, which is also an amazing everyday bag. It's a little smaller, so you might not be able to fit as much. But what I love about that size particularly is that you can carry it in the day or the night. You can tuck the chain in and make it a clutch, or you can pull the strap out and wear it crossbody. You could wear it however you want. The options are really endless for that size. So the smallest size, which is the mini, which is this size right here, this is actually not considered a classic flap bag, but because the shape is so close, like they closely resemble each other so much, most people go for it anyways because it almost looks like that, and it's a really easy and fun size to have for your first purchase as well. Also the price difference, so a lot of people do go for this size for their first one. It comes in a range of colors, and it is usually the first size to sell out every season because they also release all the seasonal colors in this size. So I love this one. Like, I love carrying it out on the weekend. You've seen it in a lot of my posts. So it is also a really good size. It obviously doesn't fit as much as that one, but if you just want it for like the everyday essentials and you don't mind that it's this size, then I would go for this. next question is a really good one, which is how do you look after it? I have a couple of tips that I actually wrote out in a blog post that I'm gonna link to below that you can check out for how to take care of your bags. But these particular bags also come with a buffing cloth, and that helps to keep the leather looking shiny and clean. And if you get any light scratches on it, you can usually buff them away with this buffing cloth. So I use that to just make sure that my bag is looking clean and neat and the leather looks shiny and beautiful. Also, I would store them in the cloth bags that they came in. So, for example, mine came in this one. So, you open it up and you put the bag in here with the chain. So always store it in this, in a cool, dry place, and make sure that you stuff them with either like acid-free paper or scarves, basically anything soft, to make sure that they keep their shape. Okay, so the last and final question, is it worth the price? So many of you asked me this question, and as I mentioned earlier, the price of this bag only continues to rise. The difference between the price today and the price that I bought this bag at 6 years ago is quite big. But I have to say that although it is a real large amount of money to put down for a bag, if it's something that you really love and appreciate, and if it's something that you're gonna appreciate over time, then I would say that it is worth the investment, especially because it only continues to go up in price. These are bags that people pass down like to their daughters. My mom has passed down to me. So I think it really is definitely something beautiful that you can have for your life, especially if you have an appreciation for fashion and things like this. If, of course, you think that this is a lot of money to put down on a bag, which it is, I would not completely ignore the resale market. I would look online on places like Vestiaire Collective, and I would see if there is one that has been pre-loved that you can add to your collection. You'd probably be able to get it at a lower price, and it would still be really good quality, because a lot of these resale websites, they authenticate the pieces and make sure that they are in really good quality. So I would definitely check that out. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I love being able to show you all my favorite pieces in my collection, and I'm so excited to show you more. If there is a bag that you really want to know more about, and I have it because you've seen it on my Instagram or on my blog, please leave me a comment below and I will be sure to include it in this series. I'm so excited to be back on YouTube and to be doing this, and thank you so much again for watching my video. Make sure you follow me so you can keep up with all my YouTube adventures, and I will see you guys really soon.